Special live episode. Halloween rodeo. See the bars right there? Pop-up power bombs. I ain't got no power bombs. I don't do power bombs.
You do street fights.
Do street fights. Legendary street fights. Ask the streets. See what I did there?
I'm definitely not asking the streets. If you guys are here for the wrestling show, please come up. There are some meet and greets with featured talent, so come in, come take some pictures, come buy some merch, support independent wrestling. That's what we're here for. So make sure to come up.
Let's start with the first thing that's going on the list. What's going on tonight? We got Yankees playing tonight. What else we got? What's going on in wrestling?
Well, shout outs to what's going on in wrestling. Well, WWE was here last night.
Yeah.
SmackDown was here in Brooklyn, New York.
That was a quality show.
I'm not going to hold you. I was glad I kept my coins because WWE done got me.
A couple times? Yeah.
Yeah. So all year. I'm still paying for Atlanta.
Isn't TNA tonight?
Yes. Yeah. Bound for Glory tonight.
Yeah. Bound for Glory. Yo, you remember the old TNA guy from back in the day? He used to say that.
Best voice
he
wrestler.
died, right?
He passed away?
Yeah,
Wasn't
man.
it a black guy, though?
Yeah, it was a black guy. He was nice, man.
He was dope.
Oh, man, he was the real voice of TNA back in the day.
He was when Kurt was,
Facts. Where Kirk was.
Kurt was.
Woof. Woof.
Perked out, daddy.
Purple Haze.
Even though he claimed that he didn't do anything, I'll take his word for it.
What?
I'll take his word for it.
Yo, when they did that comeback video and he hugged Vince, the way he hugged Vince, bro, he was saying, I'm sorry. He did some shit he wasn't supposed to do.
You know. We have some TNA, couple TNA people here in the building.
Of course.
We got Miss Gisele in the building right there. Come on down real quick. Just quick talk. I know you're doing your little meet and greet. Not little, big meet and greet. Big meet and greet. Big meet and greet.
Bringing big energy in this room.
Big energy in the building.
Energy.
Take a seat with us. Hold on.
There we go. Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Camera's that way.
Oh, wait, I'm like, where's the... Oh, that's the camera. Hi.
Yeah, right there.
Hello.
Round of applause for
Shout out
Miss
to the
Shaw.
cameraman in the building.
But peep this. I saw her, gave her a handshake. She smelled good.
I
was on point.
Was she not
Fire.
supposed to? Like,
Yeah.
she,
Hey, why don't you just give her a compliment? Why you gotta be a hater?
No, because you know what? Because that happens to me all the time. Like, literally, every time it happens to me, I'll, give somebody a hug and they be like, you smell good. I'm like, am I not supposed to?
Thank you.
Like,
because, us men,
hygiene is number
I smell
one.
good every day. No one said you smell good. I'm like, all right, cool.
That sounds, personal.
My goal is, if you saw a photo of me and you go, you know what? I wonder what she smells like.
I thought that too.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad marketing tool. If you got pictures and it was the scratch
And then
sniff.
You have that?
See, no.
You got that? You got scratch and sniff?
No.
Hold on. Trademark. I want.
Yo, that'll be fire.
I
want
see.
that.
Listen.
Yes.
Yo, so
Coming soon.
I'm very innovative, you guys.
So you
No,
are
that's
innovative
good.
and you are well traveled. I want to
Thank
give you a
you.
round of applause for the fact that you traveled in North America and in Europe. That's pretty badass.
And Japan, Asia.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Three
no,
continents.
then tell us some of the differences you've experienced, not only traveling but also wrestling in different countries, because that's different styles, different fans. So tell us a little bit about those different experiences.
I love, learning about culture, right? So it's really cool to me, with the fans. It's so different in Japan, the fans there, compared to North Americans and, European fans. It's really cool. And in Japan, obviously, they're so quiet and they're like, and you're like, oh my God, this is so weird because they're so quiet. Awkward. But you have, I call the North American fans the hecklers, because you're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But then European fans, it's like I love them so much.
Why?
Because they're so loud and they get into it and they sing your name.
They sing your name?
They sing your name. And when I got there, I was like, oh, this is really cool. My goal is to just, have them sing my name. And when I left, I was like, yes.
They did it.
I made it.
It's accomplished. That's it.
Mission accomplished.
The small victories.
Yeah.
No, that's what matters. So what, you talk about the fans in different countries. What was one match in Europe that you were like, if I stop wrestling tomorrow, this was the match I can go out on?
Oh my God, there's so many of them. Gosh, you know what? I would say my match, that I can recall. Probably with, I think it was Tessa and Taya.
Okay.
Singles match with them. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Like that was really fun.
Did
That was
you
cool.
go home hurt? Because that sounds like a hard-hitting match on that one, son. Like I know you had to feel a couple of bumps.
I think, you know what? I think she actually had a busted lip or something, or no, actually, no, she had a really like a
Under
really
her
bad
eye?
black eye.
Okay.
Oh.
I busted my lip on that.
See,
so,
I wasn't crazy. She has some
yeah.
heavy hitters in
So,
there.
so I'm just saying, you know. I love hard work. You know, I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
So you
darling.
mentioned, you know, the love of wrestling that we all apparently do have. So now we got to go old school. Favorite wrestler of all time?
I love Trish Stratus.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I love the divas.
Why you look at me like that?
I'm just saying, because you already know how I feel about the other person. So I'm like, oh, Trish is definitely number one.
Yeah.
See?
But you're biased, though. You're Canadian. That's a little biased.
That's true, but
So?
but I mean, like, you know, it was really cool at the time that, you know, she really embodied, like, you know, it's like you don't have to be just like a pretty face. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like tough and smart, independent, confident, and I really feel like she really embodied, you know, that, and that's what made her like super special. You know what I mean? And like the reach that she had with the crowd, like, you know, it's like that little laugh and like for entrance, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I did."
Listen, I'm still waiting for Little Kim to do her song live one time.
I know, like the little. We love it.
Nah, that's absolutely amazing. Let's talk a little bit about like you growing up. And
I'm not grown up, but
no one is.
Yes.
If someone would have said adulting was what this looks like, I would have been like, take it.
I'm
Adulting is
never
very
growing
hard
up.
in this day and age because you can work very hard, get to the top of the level, and still not in love. When you get there, the goalpost is moved. Like
Of course.
back in the day, you make 50,000, you get a big house, you know, you have like 3 kids and 2 dogs, 2 cars, car insurance. You live in life.
Yeah.
Now you have all of that. You like what happened? You're in poverty, low key. So it's hard.
that's not that hard. You still get to play.
I think that
Listen.
we do look younger than our parents though. A lot younger.
Because we eat healthier.
Favorite food?
Italian.
Now, this is super random. If wrestling was not a thing, what would you have done?
I'd be a CEO.
Oh wow.
Okay.
CEO where?
Boss
A
lady.
CEO of my own company.
What kind of company?
I can't tell you that.
Right. Copyright.
It is,
Come
hello.
on.
I'm
Trademark.
trademarking everything on this podcast.
Because, I mean, it's
Gotta be
you
scratch and
always...
sniff.
Yeah.
Listen, when that comes out, I'm just going to be like, I remember when we
Yeah.
had that convo.
Yeah.
Because that, I don't know why ladies haven't done that yet.
I wonder why.
It's
Yeah.
random.
Sounds wild.
But I'm like,
Sounds wild.
you know, trademark. Oh, hi. Oh, you know what? You want to speak to him?
Yeah, let's
Gabe,
Well,
let's
thank
go.
you.
Come
Shout
here.
out to Miss Gisele Shaw in the building.
you.
You guys,
Shaw, thank
Hey.
you so much. Smell amazing.
now we got shades in.
Yeah, get out of
shade.
here. The man's up in here right now. What are you saying?
Ooh, and we talking spicy.
Ooh, like Ric Flair. Woo! I'm better than Ric Flair. It's all right. Whose
So,
was this?
if-
Not mine.
I was gonna say, if you went on Ric Flair one-on-one, like,
I'll be the shit out of Ric Flair.
You might kill him.
Can you swear on here?
yeah.
I'll be
Sure
the
can.
shit out of Ric Flair.
Okay.
Real talk.
All right, well, we'll do this right now. Since he's going back old school,
Yeah.
any wrestler in their prime, who would you want to go up against?
Kent Kobashi.
Whoa.
Kent Kobashi.
Why him?
Because he's the man, bro. He's like Japanese God. He's like pro wrestling God. And I don't think anyone's really touching him in his prime. Him, or if we're going American, Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Ooh.
Which version?
There's different levels to Kurt.
WWE,
And it's
WWE?
okay if you choose
Or
Impact. It's
TNA.
okay. Yeah, it's
Perk
okay.
Angle. Perk Angle. He's gotta be diving off some
That
high
was a time.
apparatus. That's his prime.
Yeah, you know.
Prime.
Yo, my man was the world champion of TNA wrestling off many painkillers now. Many painkillers.
Yep. Probably don't remember
That
half
is,
of the range.
yeah, he don't remember shit. He don't remember shit. He was gunners.
To be honest, that's probably like, if you watch some of the old stuff, like from that era, he was going off.
He was going, bro, the moonsaults off the
video
cage.
with him in Abyss when he does that flip, like he don't remember that.
It's
He
madness.
don't remember that.
Would you want that? Like on some real talk. On some real talk. Like,
Yeah, it's more exciting.
yeah. Like if you don't remember those parts, like 5 years of your life,
Yeah.
where you just crushing it.
Because I'm pretty sure Sean don't remember some stuff.
Yo, Sean don't remember shit either. Look at him.
I'm pretty sure. He don't remember some
Bro,
stuff.
one of his eyes in Florida, the other one's in Sacramento. It's crazy. He didn't remember shit.
All for the love of wrestling. So,
For the
talking
love
about
of the
wrestling,
game.
what got you into wrestling? Like, how
Shit,
does
Undertaker
someone-
versus Mark Henry on SmackDown. I remember I saw it on the TV at my grandma's house. So I didn't have Sky growing up, but my grandma did. So I was over at her house and I saw this guy, geezer, sitting up in a coffin and this massive geezer in the ring. I was like, what is this? And then I went back home. I was watching TNA because I could watch TNA. I had the channels for that. I didn't have WWE channels. So I was watching Perk Angle, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, all them lot. And now I'd beat every single one of them up. It's crazy. Christian too, I'd beat him up.
Listen, run that resume. Let these people know.
Yeah, exactly. I'll slap them all up.
Yo, you killing it right now, though.
I am.
Like your New Japan
He's
run,
It's true.
War Dogs
He's like,
run.
It's been a crazy year.
Like everybody is talking about you, and the number one thing that probably people are talking about you the most is the amount of shit talking you do.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, but it's top tier shit talking.
Because I can back it up. Because I'm better than all these people that I shit talk. Who's this? Yo, I'll beat this geezer up as well. Put me in a death match with this geezer. You will not do such a thing.
Let me ask you a question. Give us your top 5 shit-talking wrestlers.
Number 5. We got Gabe Kidd.
Okay. Y'all throw yourself on the
But I
Yes.
will be upset with you if you name the next 4 the same name as you. That's not what we want.
You just ruined my bit. Were you playing that?
I knew
Were you
it.
playing that?
I knew it.
No.
I'm the best. All right.
So now you gotta
we'll
come
we'll
up
go
with
from
4
number
more.
1. We'll go from number 1. Gabe Kidd.
Okay.
Okay.
That is the number 1. Number 2 will go. I don't watch wrestling. I don't know who's good at shit talking.
But when you were
Who do
watching-
people think's good at shit talking? Who do you think is a good shit talking wrestler?
There's not that many.
Who? MJF.
No, there's not that many.
MJF is whack. I'd slap MJF on the mic.
I would. Pay
I
to
would
see
kill
good
MJF's
money
career.
for
I
that.
see that.
I would kill. I'll sit in New York. I don't give a shit. I'll get the fucking train down to Long Island right now and slap him up.
Woo! You hear that, Max?
I mean, Forbidden Door
Yeah,
is coming
fuck
up.
you, Max.
Forbidden Door is
Fuck you,
coming
you
up.
little bitch.
Forbidden Door is coming up.
Well, not only that, but Full Gear is here in Jersey. So like that's the
mean-
next time they're on
I mean, Gabe got a PJ, so he can just hop on the PJ and come over to
You
America.
know?
Exactly. What's a PJ? Pajamas?
No, private jet.
I don't have no private jet. What do you think I am?
I'm trying to hype you up, bro.
Hey, listen.
I'm trying to hype you up, bro.
Listen,
definitely did that. I
I
was
got
like-
it in an Uber.
Still kayfabe.
It wasn't even comfort. Wasn't even comfort.
So for you, what made you wrestle in Japan? Like I feel like some people's dreams, some people don't want to touch it, but what made you decide like, all right, New Japan is where I need to be?
Because it's the best wrestling. Japanese pro wrestling is the best professional wrestling style on the planet. And you can have an opinion and say that AEW is better or WWE is better, but it's factual that they're not. New Japan is the top wrestling company, and although COVID, no lie, went through a decline, I was there through the whole of it, pretty much the whole of it. But it's back on the up now. Got a lot of young, up-and-coming young guys for me to slap up. So I just don't think that, people can say this is where the best wrestler, this is where the best wrestler. The best wrestler in New Japan, if you look at if we're talking about pro wrestling, quality of in-ring work, Young Lions are better than half the AEW roster. What are you talking about? Footwork better, timing better, presence better, everything better. Like, you put a Young Lion against, I don't know, who are we talking about? Darby Allin, Murashima, little Murashima, mushroom head, I like to call him in Japan. His little Young Lion has a mushroom haircut. He'd slap up Darby Allin, Brody King, all these lots. So
there's some people who don't know, a Young Lion is like the rookie, just starting off.
Yeah.
They're the ones carrying the bag. So what he is saying is that the lowest on the totem pole would thrash majority of the wrestlers in America.
For
That's what he
real,
just said.
outwork every single one of them. What are you talking about? New Japan Pro Wrestling, best in the world. That's what people fail to understand. It is, whether you like it or not, the best wrestling in New Japan. So that's why the War Dogs are there. Woo!
Wow. Well, I think, y'all have any other more questions
So,
for the Hollywood?
One more question.
Okay.
One more question.
Yes.
You mentioned during time during the pandemic. What are some life lessons, just wrestling in general, that you picked up from the pandemic to incorporate into your life and wrestling after that made you go top, made you go to the next gear? What's some lessons you learned from the pandemic?
I think before the pandemic, not that people were actively doing it, but you took everything for granted. The pandemic took away everything from everyone. It took away social interaction. I think that's when people come to a wrestling show, they want social interaction, you know. They want to feel part of the show. We're doing a show in a brewery tonight. It's going to be smaller than the shows we do in Japan, but it's intimate. You can feel the energy of the people that are feeling what you put out. So it kind of took that away. When we were wrestling in Japan, they couldn't make noise. So you're doing all these moves, and all they can do is clap or like stomp their feet if you're lucky, or if you really get them, you get a whoop, but then they know that they're not supposed to do it. So it's not. It took away that audience interaction, that energy that you get from the crowd, and that is what pro wrestling is. It's energy, you know. You look at the best matches of all time, not a single one of them had a quiet crowd, you know.
That is true.
It's because they had the crowd in the palm of their hand, and they were giving them what they wanted to see. So I think that was the biggest thing, is to not take this for granted and be grateful that we're back to times where we can put on shows and hear people's full emotion, you know. That's what pro wrestling is. It's about emotion. So that's what I'd say is the biggest lesson. And that's all you got time for, folks. I need a shit.
What's next for you, though? What's next for you?
What's next? Anything I want it to be. Listen, I'm a very mad man, so my mind is constantly switching directions, but ultimately, it's going to be the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. You know, Zack Sabre took that. It's with an Englishman right now. It's going to go to a better Englishman. You get me? It's going to Nottingham.
Listen, you heard it first, guys. So
exactly.
when that goes down, make sure
get
you
me.
remember the Jabba Tears podcast had that. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
You coming over? You coming over, big
Come
dog?
on, coach.
Come on, coach.
Come on,
Take a
coach. One of the amazing coaches of Fallout Shelter is here in the building, Mr. Akira. Good evening.
What the fuck is up? How's it going, guys?
How are you?
I had to set the precedent because someone came in with their potty mouth talking a whole bunch of fucking trash. My name's Gabe Kidd. Holy fuck. Look at me. I can talk to shit. So can I.
I mean, you know, that's their culture. So.
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, I've been in New York for 3 years now. I've absorbed some of the culture, and Masha has come
He's been
to.
talking shit about Queens, though. I ain't with it. Though.
I mean,
he's been talking shit about.
I'm not mad about it.
I'll talk shit about every section of the fucking city, but what matters is when even Masha looks at me and says, "Dude, your mouth has gotten fucking filthy since you've been in this city." I'm like, "You're damn straight." MLW.
Are we blaming her?
Partially.
Potty mouth?
She's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
She's Russian.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking pro wrestler. She was nothing but a horrible influence on me the past 3 years. So the monster that I've become is partially my fault. I have to accept the blame. But specifically, it is that little gremlin's fault who is going to go and win that TNA Women's Championship.
Shout out to Miss Masha going for the TNA Women's Knockout title.
Shout out to the missus.
Well, I don't. How personal could we get? Because I want to know, how did you two meet?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, we're going to talk about you, but I've always wondered.
So we're doing this?
Yeah,
We're doing
yeah,
this?
we're doing this.
All right, motherfucker.
Listen,
All right.
he did the good boyfriend thing and talked his woman up before he even talked about himself.
Exactly.
So now the question had to come.
Gotta do what everyone else does.
He's trying to get the brownie points.
We don't need all of the
I've got
details.
I
We
buy
got
her the
brownie.
nicest shit. I'm already in, bro.
Listen.
Like I clean up
He said,
after.
I'm baked
He
up.
said she not going nowhere.
I'm caked up. I'm hooked up. Let's fucking go.
So how did you guys meet? Because I mean, everybody always, the wrestler, dates the wrestler.
Right.
But I think it's cute. So you got to tell us a
A
little bit
long
about
time
that.
ago, in the long distance times of 2020 COVID, there was no goddamn pro wrestling at all. Remember that? Remember that? When
Yeah.
there was absolutely nothing. So we can say fuck COVID. I'm a little thankful for COVID because I'm here right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
But there was a show in Atlantic City. So people might remember it. ICW No Holds Barred ran in Atlantic City. And I was the fourth, whatever one was. But I did a little thing where I jumped off a roof and it trended worldwide. Her ass was all the way in Japan, and I had no idea, but and I was dating someone at the time, so I didn't think, I was like, when it happened. But I jumped, it was trending, Barstool and all that shit, pretty cool, pretty all right. Probably the most famous roof jump after the two Zandig ones. I can't top that, where you cripple yourself. But I get a little ping on my Instagram and ping on my Twitter, and I'm like, who the fuck is following me? And it's at Masha Sandwich. And I was like, hold on, click, hold on. And I was in a relationship. It wasn't a, hey, how's it going? How's it going? But,
This is life.
but
It's in play.
This is life, though.
hold on, but I will also say I wasn't not looking.
There you go. Clean
Anyway,
that up.
I look at it and I'm like, oh, this is a wrestler in Japan? What the fuck? And I was like, oh, I watched her stuff and I was like, oh, she's really good. Oh, she's pretty cute. Follow. Respectfully, I followed. And we just started talking from that. Literally, I jumped off a roof and it hooked me up with the Russian Dynamite.
So nice.
And we just
cute, B.
we were
No,
we were
that is-
friends. We
yeah.
did not meet for another year until she got kicked out.
Wow.
Well, she got kicked out of Japan. Well, kicked out. Her visa ended.
Okay.
So she came.
Yeah, I was like,
That purpose was
that was
a
crazy.
year to the day of when I jumped off the roof, ICW ran in the Showboat, and we were both on the same show. So that was
That's
the first
fate.
time we met. And I had just broken up
Ooh,
with
now you
the
single
girl.
and ready to
Look at
mingle.
God.
And
Look at God. Look
so-
at God.
So basically, what happened was we just hung out and it was cool. And I was like, oh, she's cute. But I'm like, I'm dashing. I'm hot. I've come into my own. But I'm a very shy boy when it comes to the ladies. I get a little like, oh, stop, you're cute.
Timid.
I'm like, who would want to date me? But now that I'm 3 years in a relationship with her, I'm like, who wouldn't want to fucking date me?
Okay.
I'm a goddamn catch. Look at me.
The prize.
I got
Look
the
at that.
beard, I got the jep, I got the fucking piercings, I got the nice ass fucking hair. Who doesn't want this piece of
What
shit?
color is that? Exactly.
It was pink.
Giving me like, yeah, I was
It
like,
was
you just
pink.
lavender now?
I'm just a lazy fuck, and if I don't have TV, I don't dye my fucking hair.
That's
I'm like,
fair.
I'm not,
True.
I'm
That's
not,
fair.
I'm not spending money when I'm not using
don't
it.
have
What's the
to.
point? I look good regardless. But anyway, we hung out then, and then my GCW debut, we hung out again, and she was throwing signals at me, and I was like, I don't know if she likes me like that. I don't fucking know. Meanwhile, I'm just being an idiot, like,
Duh.
green flag, bro. Get in there. It's like NASCAR. They're fucking waving. Go. And I'm like, I don't know. A month later, I'm hanging out with Billy Starks in Kentucky. We're training at her parents' place. And then Billy Starks, shout out Billy Starks anyway. That's the only rub she gets from me. She basically was like this. She said, Akira. And I go, what? She goes, talk to Masha. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you know what the fuck I mean. And I was like, oh! And
Now
then
the light bulb comes on.
I texted her immediately. And now here we are.
Dude,
I basically was like, yo, I don't give a I was like, it's God telling me this shit. I was like, listen here, lady. I have NGI in Chicago. I don't care if I'm bleeding from my knees, if I have a hole in my chest. I don't give a shit. I was like, I'm going to come see you in New York. She's like, oh, if you want, I guess. And literally, NGI happened. I had holes in my knees from knives stabbed me in the knees. I was cut in the mouth. I got on the plane. I showed up.
That's an
and
awkward-ass plane
I was like, I'm here. She's like, you're here. And I'm like, and I am actually bleeding from both of my knees, like I said.
It's going down.
And legitimately, that was our first date. We've been dating ever since November 16th.
Oh,
And
yeah,
now you live in New
anniversary's
York.
coming
Now
up.
you live in
Yeah.
New York.
November 16th.
Buy the
So-
merchandise. I have to take it to a nice place. Please,
Yeah,
God.
no, please support the independent wrestler because they got a life.
But yeah, it's the whole like pro wrestling romance story. It's a whole damn
pretty
thing.
dope.
But
That's
it's
pretty dope.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful because you guys can relate on certain things. You guys can talk about certain things.
We're
and I
both
think-
fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like
fair.
she's the only woman I think that could go toe to toe with me being crazy. She's crazy all the time. I turn off the crazy, but even when I turn on the crazy, she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Why did you do that? I don't know. I just wanted to do it. It felt right, babe.
It is what it is.
It's my Sammy comment. It felt right, babe. It's cool.
It's all right. I mean, you
So
haven't died yet, so you
what
What?
gets you into deathmatch? I need you. Listen, we spoke to Billy Dixon about this on our show previously.
So I want to know, explain the art of the deathmatch
Yes.
from your point of view.
All right, let me
Your
let-
POV, because
first-
like
first
not
off,
everybody be with it.
the mentality for me, like some people, like you'll talk to some people, they'll be like, you got to be sick in the head, you got to be this, you got to be that. It's a release for me, and I'm like, I don't feel it. I just have like when the blood gets going, I'm just like, yeah. It's like I did something, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. I turn into Perk Angle when I'm bleeding. Like when I got this. I got stabbed in the chest.
Like, stabbed in the chest, goddamn.
I like to, but
What, the last?
and I was like,
I like how
I was-
calmly he said that.
It's casual. It's casual.
well,
You know-
it's like this.
You should have knew from when he talked about his knee and he was on the
This one.
airport.
This one's worse.
No,
No, that was 16 stitches in my face. There was a hole that deep
Oh,
in
your
my
whole
face.
face was
Yeah, so
open.
my whole face was open. It was actually much worse. But it happened, and I'm like, it happened, and I didn't even feel it. I'm just like, yeah. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know my face was fucked up until someone goes, you got to go get stitches. I'm like, what? They're like, you got to go get stitches. I'm like, what are you talking about?
go.
They're like, you have a hole in your face. And I was like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, gotta
oh,
go. Sorry, guys.
Oh. And yeah, see, here's why. A lot of people in pro wrestling like to fucking play the tough guy. I'm not saying Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd's one of those guys who talks the talk because he could walk the walk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
However, I'm also one of those guys that people thought I'm someone who could not walk that fucking walk. And I'm
Great hair.
here.
It's the great hair.
It's
That's
the,
it.
it's,
look,
it's
yeah.
the great
look.
hair. It's the
The
cute
look.
face.
Yeah.
But now, after 4 or 5 years of doing the death match, of basically being a walking horror show, making people like this guy behind the camera get queasy because I do the sickest stuff to people with regular wrestling moves or without regular wrestling moves. That's the art of it. It's legitimately to be like it's. When I go into a death match, I come into it like Art the Clown. I'm like, I'm gonna make you so fucking uncomfortable that you're gonna be talking about it for days.
That's a really good way of
I did it in
doing
Atlanta.
that.
I did it in Atlanta. I did a Taipei with a guy named Akira Kwan. Fuck that guy, by the way.
Okay.
But I did stuff to him where I saw children and I saw families. Once I started doing what I was doing, the tone in the entire room went from I was just pro wrestling to I heard the audible gasp of air.
Rocky Horror Story is live.
It was great. That is a thrill. That's an artistic thrill that people are not going to understand. But also, I'm that same kind of guy. I can hit you with a fork, or I can break your leg, or if I don't know if you guys watch Pro Wrestling Revolver at all. I picked up Ricky Shane Page, held him for 10 seconds, and hit him with a star. Ricky Shane Page is like 320
Yeah,
pounds.
he's
a
a
big
heavy guy.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I held him, walked forward, and then hit a German suplex on him with a bridge like nothing. I can do all that shit. So I can talk the talk and I can walk the walk. And for years and years and years when I first started, people were talking a lot of shit saying, oh, you don't hit that hard. You're not this, you're not that. Now a lot of people are too fucking pussy to step up to me. So either way, I get what I want.
Moral of the story is.
Moral of the story is I'm getting where I'm going, and y'all fuckers can't play with me. So
There you go.
just saying.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. New York has turned me into a trash talker, and even MLW is
That's
like,
okay.
MLW was like, when I first started, they were like, you did not trash talk like this. What the fuck happened? And I was like, and I literally said, I just stopped caring. And it turns out the art of the death match is also the art of not caring.
Not caring,
Because
yeah.
when you do what you do to yourself, you have to just go with
Let
the
it
flow.
go.
But,
No,
but how did you say I'm going to do this?
I didn't.
When
I
the
didn't.
first match, you got booked for that first match.
Yeah.
I didn't get booked for the first match. What happened was
just
I went.
turned up in the middle of the match.
I went to. They said it couldn't be done at the GCW show in 2019.
Okay.
Jun Kasai versus Alex Colon. A great match. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. It also has Schlack versus Nick Gage, which is an insane. They did a prison rules match, crazy match.
Yeah.
But what happened was I was at that show and I got asked, "Hey, do you want to go down to Mexico? Like, you're not guaranteed to be on the show, but do you want to come down and network, do whatever?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure." And mind you, this is when I was wearing like little trunks. I was like a little fucking indie kid. You know, I'm not me now, a whole fucking menace. What happened was I went down there and someone didn't show up for the match, and they go, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?" I go, "Yeah, bro. What's the fucking match?" They go, "It's a death match." I'm like,
set you up. So it found him.
So
he didn't go look for it.
I watched Cologne and Kasai, and I said, I understand death matches now, but in my head I was like, I don't know if I could ever do that. And little did I fucking know that entire day set me up to go down there and do my first death match, and I did it. And once the blood started flowing, it was game time. Yeah. I was on. I was turned on. I was ready to fuck people up. And that's exactly what I did. I left that place, and everyone was just like, "Holy shit! What? Like, we did not expect you to go in." And I was like, "I'm ready.
Yeah,
let's fucking go, coach. I'm ready."
Put me in, coach.
It's amazing. It's
legitimately
crazy,
it found
it's amazing because
it ain't for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It wasn't
right.
for everybody, but it was for you. And that moment. Because it happened by accident, you can say.
A lot of things that happened to me happened by accident. Like the thing with when I started dating Masha kind of happened by accident. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a weird thing because it even goes towards regular wrestling. Like, people think I'm not going to hit that fucking hard. If you watch Summer of the Beast, MLW, this last summer, Kenta was fucking hitting me as hard as he fucking could, and that dude hits fucking hard, and I was just laughing in his face, and I could see him go, "Oh my fucking God, this guy's fucking crazy."
I can't hit him no harder.
I hit him with the spirit of fucking Mitsuharu Misawa. He went, boom, I dropped his ass.
His whole soul left his body.
And it felt so fucking good. I love doing this to people, and their jaws drop when I hit them back. They're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" When I have people going, "Bro, you hit like Necro Butcher," that's all I need to fucking hear. I know you're a bitch, and I'm your daddy.
So, as I mentioned in the intro, you are one of the fabulous coaches at Fallout Shelter. Shout out to Fallout Shelter.
Shout out to Fallout Shelter.
What does being a coach mean to you? Because that's not easy for someone to say, teach these young, up and coming,
or old,
or older. I won't say old. But what does being a coach mean to you?
Here's the irony. I never thought I'd be a coach for fucking anything. People used to laugh at the thought of me because people wanted me to do some kind of seminar and shit like a year or two before I was even coaching. And I was like, whatever, people want to shit talk. It's the name of the fucking game, right? Mm-hmm. However, when it happened for me, I didn't ask to be a coach. I didn't want to be a coach. I was just showing up to help out. And then one day I get a text going, "Welcome, one of the new coaches of Fallout, Akira." And I'm like, "Motherfuckers, right. You baited me into this shit."
It sounds like your whole life.
Sounds about right.
It sounds like your whole life.
Yeah,
I didn't ask to be a fucking coach, but it's unfortunately it fell in my lap, and now I have to deal with all these little rambunctious little asshole kids.
Mm-hmm. What's the one thing that you want all of your students
staring
to
at
know?
you? You know what you do.
He outed you. I wasn't gonna do that to you. Yeah. But yeah, what's the one thing you want all of your students to know from you?
I want them to know that life ain't fucking fair and pro wrestling ain't fair, but if you give what you put into it, it's some of the most satisfying things you can do with your life.
That was a bar. That was a bar. That was a bar.
Like,
yep.
I'm tired of the mentality of something like X owes me something because I love it. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Art doesn't fucking give because you love it. It gives because what you give is good. And sometimes they don't even fucking give back. And you say thank you, and you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Life ain't fucking fair. This shit ain't fucking fair. Like, this business is hard. It's fucking cruel. People are going to fucking gut you. They're going to hamstring you just like in life. And you can't bitch about it because if you bitch about it, everyone's going to know that you're a whole-ass bitch. And no one wants to work with the whole-ass bitch. And I'm tired of fucking enabling these fucking people.
Pussies.
Fuck them. Fuck no. Fucking pussies. I'm sick of
You
it.
just did a whole promo.
We
had a promo class. We had a life lesson all in one.
You don't get a fucking, like, it's like people try, like, a lot of the students even ask me about doing this. I'm like, you don't want to fucking do this because y'all ain't fucking about this life. Being about this life, yeah, I'm sorry, a lot of people ain't even fucking about being a pro wrestler. A lot of people would, like, would get a black eye, they'd get a bloody nose, they'd get a cut on their head, and they'd go, "Oh, I'm going to quit." When that happens to me, I'm like, no, got to double down. Fuck you. Lock in. I'm finishing this fucking match. I was in CML and I got busted open. I had to get fucking 5 staples on the top of my fucking head, and in Mexico at CMLO, blood's a no-go. And I was like, nope. On my face, let's fucking go, keep going. And I got to the back and everyone thought I was a crazy person. And then all the guys look at my back and they're like, "Oh my, Lucha Extrema." I go, "Yeah, guys, I'm in a deathmatch guy. I wasn't hiding it. Like, it's not like I wear a shirt when I wrestle.
Life.
Yeah, like, I have scars all over my body. It's obvious. I don't hate myself. I mean, kind of. It's a deathmatch. But, like, it's... what I want to tell these fucking kids is pro wrestling, it's either going to make you hard or it's going to show how soft you are. And if you're fucking soft, get the fuck out. Because I want pro wrestling to be better, and we don't need any soft ass motherfuckers in the game. We don't. We don't.
I don't know if you can. What's that?
Especially this game that I love, and there's a lot of soft ass motherfuckers in death matches too.
Really?
Too many.
How? How? Yeah, right. How?
Hold on. You can't.
Just because they don't say it like in front.
I'll say it right now. It's because a lot of motherfuckers, they couldn't get over with a regular match. They can't fucking get over with anything they fucking do. So they try to get in for the cheap pop, and then they realize, oh, these deathmatch boys ain't fucking playing. No, if you're in there with me, I'm gonna stab you in the fucking head and make you bleed, and I'm gonna relish it.
Yep.
No more of this kid shit. You're going in there, you're gonna fucking bleed. You're gonna be hurting. I want you to feel it the next day.
Woo! I think we're gonna leave it on that.
Yeah, I think we can't go no higher than that. But Akira, thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time, and we appreciate what you have given the
Kid and I over here just talking shit. Goddamn, we have this table on fire.
I know the show about to start soon, so I
made the camera.
Talk to you all night. So.
Here's the best part. I made that camera guy behind so uncomfortable. He was looking queasy. I was like, if I can make him throw up.
You know what's crazy? As you were talking, I was like, I wish people behind can see how the people behind the camera look, because that was actually more interesting. Because they was just like, oh no.
I was like, I'm turning a Terrifier 3 over here. This motherfucker's going.
He did you
wrong. I'll vivisect someone next right in front of you, and you'll be like,
don't do that to him. But once again, thank you for joining us. Yes. Good luck tonight.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight. Crush it, baby.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us before the show starts. So once again, if you guys are here for the wrestling show, it is here in the back, so make sure you're here. As always, I'm Janelle from HR, here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black of the Jobber Tears podcast. # Black Excellence. # we are out.
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.